Welcome back, America. We only got a few minutes left, but I wanted to bring in one of the keenest minds I know. When the Supreme Court ruling came down in Colorado last night, the first guy I called was Mike Davis. He has given us such great legal analysis throughout the last couple of years, and he joins us. Of course, he's the president and founder of the Article 3 Project. Mike, great to have you here. I've been watching your Twitter feed. You have some of the best analysis of what's wrong with this ruling. Give us your top line of where these Supreme Court justices in Colorado went off the rails.
Well, they went off the rails when they thought that 4 Democrat operatives in robes on the Colorado Supreme Court think that they get to decide who's on the primary ballots in Colorado. They get to disenfranchise over 1 million Trump supporters who live in Colorado. And that's not how the law works. The 14th Amendment was passed after the Civil War. Section 3 was passed to chase out of office Confederate insurrectionist who undermines the post-Civil War Reconstruction effort in the Union. And so they enacted Section 3 to disqualify them from public office for engaging in insurrection or rebellion. There is a case law from 1869 from Chief Justice Samuel Chase that's very clear. In order to disqualify an office holder, Congress has to pass a federal criminal statute, which Congress has done. It's still on the books, related to insurrection or rebellion. So if you want to chase out of office President Trump for January 6th, which is ludicrous, it was not an insurrection. It was a lawful protest that devolved into a riot. How many insurrectionists go into a Capitol unarmed, follow police direction, walk through velvet ropes, and don't burn down the damn place, right? So setting that aside, if you want to get rid of Trump, disqualify him for insurrection, you have to bring federal criminal charges for insurrection or rebellion under the federal criminal statute. The grand jury has to approve those charges. The federal jury has to find guilt unanimously beyond a reasonable doubt. The federal judge has to convict, and that conviction has to be upheld on federal appeal. That is the only way you can do that under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, and that's very clear from that 1869 court decision from Chief Justice Samuel Chase. These 4 Democrat operatives on the Colorado Supreme Court made this egregious legal ruling. It's so bad that the 3 other Democrats on this 7-0 Democrat Colorado Supreme Court wrote ferocious dissents calling out the lawlessness of these 4 Democrat operatives.
Yeah, the dissent was amazing. You know, you were the first person to come on our show and say, listen, someone in Colorado is going to do it. I know it. I've watched it. They're going to do it. And then you predicted the danger of this, which is once it happens, it lowers the threshold. Now everybody thinks they're going to do it. Today, Lieutenant Governor in California says, hey, we're going to do it here in California. Take the Colorado thing, do it in California. Lieutenant Governor in Texas suggests, well, maybe we'll take Joe Biden off there. Lowering the threshold is exactly what our founding fathers never wanted to happen, right?
And this is why the Supreme Court of the United States must take this case immediately and reverse this ruling immediately. It should be 9-0 if the Supreme Court justices actually have the courage and the willingness to follow the law. It might be 6-3 because the 3 Democrat Supreme Court justices have become such partisan actors, but the Supreme Court should take this and fix this immediately. These are republic-ending tactics by these Democrats. The 2 bogus impeachments for nonsense, 4 bogus indictments for non-crimes, 2 unconstitutional gag orders on a criminal defendant, something you would do in China, the civil fraud for the non-fraud of paying back sophisticated Wall Street banks in full on time with interest to bankrupt Trump. And now that backfired and Trump's beating Biden like a drum for November 5th, 2024, the Democrats have thrown this legal Hail Mary to disqualify Trump under this post-Civil War constitutional amendment. It's an absurd legal theory, but this Hail Mary was caught by 4 Democrat activists on the Colorado Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of the United States must end this now.
Yeah, that is exactly right. It's such an important thing. You called this from the beginning. You had it right, Mike, and it played out sadly the way you said last night. But the Supreme Court of the United States gets the last word. I think we'll be seeing that pretty early next year. Great honor to have you on. If we don't get to see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas, my friend. Thank you for all you do to contribute to this great network.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. All right, folks, I can't believe that hour went by pretty fast. We had a lot of fun, didn't we? I miss Amanda, though. She'll be back tomorrow night. But until then, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Hope your Christmas holiday preparations are going well. We're going to hand off to Grant Stinchfeld. We'll be back tomorrow. Good night and God bless.